We're here at Appleford Depot in Oxfordshire. This is a Hanson Site. It's primarily a railhead, although it's a multi-site where we have a concrete plant and we also have an asphalt plant. It's a very, very busy site. There's a lot of traffic movements on site. There's a lot of yellow plant moving about on site. The main issues we were trying to fix was pedestrians coming into contact with heavy mobile plant and road-going vehicles, and how we could safely segregate those two. We did have quite a lot of near misses. Not anything that sort of came out to being an actual accident, but the possibility was there, and that's what we wanted to eliminate. First of all, we started looking at the traffic management and how we could route the vehicles better. We totally spun the traffic management round, so the weighbridge at the entrance and exit swapped. And then we started looking at segregating the pedestrians from the vehicles. So we started using jersey barriers, designated walkways with gates, and then we also have a map that we show on the induction and the specific routes to get to specific areas on site. There's always going to be a need to cross an area that can't be segregated, so we've got entrances, we've got exits that we need to cross. So to combat this, we put in marked pedestrian gates and also push-button pedestrian crossings with traffic lights so that they can safely cross those areas. So in our car park now, we've got Armco barriers, and we're using jersey barriers now on site to segregate the loading areas from the pedestrian walkways. We have two rail crossings where we have to get to the other side of site, and one of the issues with the one-way system was that you couldn't see if those crossings were open, so a lorry could go all the way down the bottom of the yard, be stuck there because it was closed, not knowing, so have to reverse all the way back up the yard again. So what we did was we designed a sign with traffic lights on the sign to tell them at the gate exactly which was open and which was closed, so they wouldn't get stuck there, basically. So we massively simplified the signage, and we went for big signs, simple signs, and more information on one sign rather than having multiple little signs, which people tend to ignore, I think. As part of a wider investment on the site where we put in 2 new rail lines, we've also carried on the walkways for the ground staff who work on site to bring the trains in, shunt them when they're on site, and then take them out. So we've put in segregated, designated walkways, roped off with level ground to walk on, so that then the ground staff don't need to be walking on rail ballast, which is quite uneven underfoot. And yeah, as part of that, it's all lit up all down the entirety of the walkway as well. We did a survey of site staff and of visitors, regular drivers and hauliers. As part of the survey, a lot of the complaints that we got quite often especially from road hauliers who are coming in here to pick up material, but also from our own mobile plant operators, was the surface in the yard. It was very uneven, it was PFA, it was made up ground, and in the winter months especially, it was prone to massive potholes, really wet, really muddy. So one of the things that we decided to do off the back of that was to get a CapEx together to resurface that yard completely, which we've done now, and the difference is amazing. From a safety point of view, it helps the operator, so whole body vibration, for instance, if he's driving down that yard and it's smooth and it's level, you can do that a lot easier without bouncing around in the cab. From an environmental point of view, you'll use less fuel by going on an uneven surface. All the improvements that we've done so far are helping in multiple ways, whether it be health and safety, whether it be nicer for the guys on site, more comfortable to work in, certainly safer to get places. So yeah, they're all improvements that help in lots of different ways.